life. So the first question I want to ask you guys is, what do y'all think it means to listen? Can anybody tell me what they think it means to listen? Benaya?
To do what someone says.
Khan? Anybody else? Malakazar? Anybody else can tell me what it means to listen? Tiana?
To follow their directions.
Khan, I like that answer. So I'm going to give you guys a definition of what it means to listen. It says to obey, to yield to advice. Yield just means to surrender, humble, what you said, Tiano, follow instructions. So I want anybody in here, if they listen all the time, anytime your parents tell you to do anything, you do it their way. Can anybody in here honestly raise their hand and say they always listen? Anybody? No? Okay. All right, so that's going to lead me into, what do you think obey means? Can anybody tell me what they think obey means? Tiano?
To do what you're told without attitude.
Khan, I like that too, Tiano. Anybody else?
Quadashaya?
Quadashaya? No?
No, what do you think obey means? You don't know what obey means?
Shreya, I see your hand.
To obey.
Khan, it does mean to obey. I mean yeah, okay, we did say that, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna say what it means to obey. Submit to authority, to the person that the Most High put in your life. So that's whether that's your mom, your dad, a sister, a brother, anybody. We have to listen to the people that the Most High have put in our life. So I'm going to go over Proverbs 8 and 33. Shaya, can you get that scripture for me, please?
Go to your Bible and go to Proverbs
8 and 33.
8:33. That's the other one. Got it, bro?
Everybody got it? Okay. Okay, go ahead, Abishai.
Proverbs 8 and 33. Hear instruction, and be wise, and refuse it not.
Okay, so that's pretty much just saying a wise, a smart person will hear instructions that the person in authority has put in your life and refuse it, deny it not. So our next activity is going to be the T-chart. I want you guys to turn over the paper that's on your desk. You're going to turn that over. Little kids is probably in there. And on the left side is going to be a time that you didn't listen. If you can think of any times when you didn't listen, write it on the paper. It's okay, nobody's not going to get in trouble. So if you can write down examples of a time that you didn't listen. Like on the left side, it says I didn't listen on the left side. You can see it on your paper. I'm going to go with an example, for instance. Rob told me that I can't wear weave anymore. So when I was in the world, that was kind of my thing. Like, he met me with the weave. So him telling me I couldn't wear anymore, I was like, well, where did this come from? The whole time I knew you, I always wore it. I didn't want to let go of it because I don't like my hair. My hair is short, it shrinks up. I can't do anything with it. It aggravates me sometimes. So that was kind of a thing that, I felt like it made me look pretty, because that was the thing, like Judah in the world, that's kind of what they did, but it wasn't right. And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, well, where did that come all of a sudden? The Most High put a thought in his head to tell me to stop wearing that. So all of a sudden, it's just like, okay, well, I have to listen. At first, I didn't want to. I was like, well, why do I have to? I was arguing with him, and I was mad. So at that moment, I'm really not mad at him. I'm mad at the Most High. So do we want to be mad at the Most High, kids? Do we want to turn our back on the Most High? Because it's not like Rob's telling me that. It's the Most High telling me that. And what I'm doing at that moment is I'm turning my back on the Most High, because I didn't want to listen to something crazy like, stop wearing that. So how hard is it if your parents tell you, Nene, wash the dishes, Benaya, take out the trash, you do it. Don't be mad about it, or don't refuse it. Just do it. It'll help you guys. It'll benefit you in the long run. Trust me, I know. So, if you guys can write examples of a time that you didn't listen on your left side of your T chart. Shariah? If you can think of more than one, go ahead, Khan. You can write as many as you want, as many as you guys think that you can write them down. So, moving on.
Anybody need help thinking? If your paper's empty, we're gonna ask your parents, so
Yeah, y'all better think of something.
write it down.
I know you guys, everybody, nobody answered raised their hand in here when I asked them, do you listen all the time? So everybody should have something on their paper. Everybody should have one thing at least, because nobody raised their hand in here when I asked that.
It could be a time when your mom said go to sleep and you didn't, and the next day you were dragging and you were tired. Or it could be when she said, don't wear that, and you did, and that day just didn't go well because you wore that outfit. Or when she told you not to eat that and you did, and then your stomach was bad and you were having diarrhea all night.
Sounds very specific.
Was that you?
Alright, whose paper's empty? We'll ask mom right now.
Whose paper's in?
Naomi, she needs help, Laura.
When you don't wear long sleeves under your dresses on a cold day, when you don't, what did you do last night? I told you to go crack your window open, right? And you came back, and what did you say you did? That you stared out your window, and that was it, right? Because you weren't listening.
Ooh, Nene.
Write it down.
Write it down, Nene.
Write it
It's
down.
okay, just write it down. If you want to talk about it, you can. If you don't, it's okay. The Most High knows.
This is the things that we're talking about. Little things like open up your window,
Right.
put on a sweater, eat breakfast. I mean, it's really, nobody's asking you to go out there and like jump from a car. It's like little stuff like cover your head, brush your teeth.
Pick up dirty clothes.
Take a shower.
Brush your teeth is a big one. You guys think that we're being bugs about it, but your teeth are gonna fall off when you're older, and then you'll be like, damn, I wish I could go back when I was like 9 and I didn't brush my teeth back then.
Right.
Now I gotta pay $1,000 for each tooth that I lose. That happened to my mom. My mom lost all her teeth when she was almost 19 because she never brushed them. Because back then, mom's mom didn't tell her to, so she had to buy teeth, all of them. Oh, my mom's teeth are fake, every single one of them. You can't tell. That's a lot of money. Yes, it was.
My girl has dentures. Even though like she's a young grandma, but she still has like no teeth. So
Everybody wrote something down?
Yeah.
everybody got something? Okay. So, can you guys imagine every time you didn't listen that something bad's happened right that second? Can you imagine, like Shariah, for instance, if your mom told you, Shariah, can you please wash the dishes? You didn't want to do it. About your hair came out. So you're bald in this spot and you just have this hair. Or Benaya, when you were told to go to sleep at 7 and you wanted to go at 8 because you wanted to play video games or whatever, and all your teeth came out your mouth. What would you do? But Kwai, you were told to comb your hair and you didn't want to comb it. You just wanted to, let's YOLO, I'm going to school, I don't care. Just a way like that. And your foot came off. You're walking around with one foot, limping.
Trying to play soccer.
Yeah, trying to play soccer. Can you kick with one foot? Well, you probably can. I don't think you can. Like, do you think you can do that? Noah? Wait. No. Okay, so.
How about if every time Noah don't listen, a finger falls off?
Right. Noah, you're numb. You
Every
have
time he
numb.
says no,
Yeah. No, he and Noah. What are you gonna do? Okay.
Listen to his injury.
Oh, what do you guys think about that? If every time you do something, something happens. Kind of like Pinocchio. Who's seen that movie?
Oh yeah.
Pinocchio?
When he lies.
Every time he lies, his nose gets bigger. When you guys lie, we can't tell. But what if every time you don't listen, something like, I don't know, your ears grow,
Yeah.
and you just like, you're like, oh, she really don't listen. So your ears get bigger so you can listen for real. That makes sense. I just leave people know.
Yeah, of course that doesn't happen now because the Most High shows us mercy. Christ came here and died for us so we can have mercy and we can have time to change and to listen. So don't take advantage of the mercy the Most High have gave us, you guys. We have to listen. So, does anyone know a person in the Bible who didn't listen and something happened to them right that second? Shariah. That's a good one, but I'm looking for somebody else.
Somebody like immediate.
Immediately it happened. Immediately.
Whoa, what were you gonna say?
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say Peter because remember when his ear fell off?
Well, I think no,
He bit somebody off. Didn't he bite somebody?
No.
I thought it got
He
cut
got
off.
bit.
He got cut off.
He got cut
I
off.
said like that.
What about the guy that in the movie where he like said if I give a person Christ a kiss then that is the person like him? He got
Well, we're
crazy.
talking about bad things.
Bad things, yeah. These are bad things. Not good things. Bad things.
Pharaoh in Egypt.
So that took some time, remember, because the Most High had to keep hard in his heart before he actually did listen and let our people go.
Wait.
Oh, all the plagues?
Anybody
Okay,
else
yeah.
wants to give it a try?
Anybody else want to give it a try?
Kids.
Kids.
Put your hands down.
Anybody? Okay, what about Lot's wife? Anybody remember her?
Alright.
Anybody remember Lot's wife in Genesis?
Alright.
Tiano, Shariah, Kwadi, Nene, Benaiah? Okay, so let's read about her then. I'm gonna tell you guys about her. Can one of the sisters give me Genesis 19:24 through 26? Kids, you can get that too.
Genesis?
Fine.
It's in the beginning. First book
It's
of
in
the
the
Bible.
beginning.
Genesis 19
And 24.
and verse 24. Write it down on your notebook. That's a notebook form. Genesis 19 and 24.
That's 20.
Come on. Go ahead. Somebody can go ahead and read it. This is you have it.
Okay, this is Genesis 9, chapter 19, verses 24. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the cities and that which grew upon the ground, But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt.
So, can you guys imagine if you didn't listen, you turning into a pillar of salt right at that moment? Can anybody imagine that? No, you can't. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Lot's wife. So Lot was told by the Most High to gather his family, his kids, his wife, and to leave Sodom and Gomorrah because it was everybody know about Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Nobody? Anybody? Okay, Sodom and Gomorrah was a very wicked place. The Most High didn't want Lot there, so he told him and his family to leave. Lot's wife, she didn't want to. She kept having second thoughts. She kept looking back. So she liked doing the wicked things that she was doing. She really didn't want to leave. So she turned into a pillar of salt. So I want you guys to open up your blue folders and there's images in there. I want you guys to see. These are real, well there's 3 real pictures that actually shows when this is Lot's wife as a pillar of salt. I want you guys to look at that. Yeah. All of those images.
So when Mosai said to get your family and nobody looks back, she knew that, and then she looked back. She didn't think that was going to happen, but this is who she is now, still to this day.
So for the little kids, everybody have their pictures.
Yeah. How put it on the camera.
Just put it up there.
Hold it up. Is that good? A little closer.
Some of the pictures are like really sucky.
Right here, guys, look up here. This is her. Of course, it's peeling off now because it's been forever. But this is her. Like she looks back and she just stopped in 1 second. That's what she was talking about. What if when you don't listen,
Yeah.
something happens to you right then and there?
And that's listening immediately and following. So sometimes you guys listen, but do you listen right away, or do you stop and give an attitude, or stop to roll your eyes, or say, oh man, I don't want to, and then you do it? You think you're still listening because you did it, but are you listening immediately? Are you doing what you're supposed to do right away? Because it says Lot's wife was turned to salt immediately. She turned around and right there she turned into salt. So that's when you guys roll your eyes or huff and puff because you don't want to do it.
This is a good picture. She was looking at all the destruction going on in the back, and she still looked back. So the Most High was like, okay, let me show you this. She has a question.
Go ahead, Shariah.
Why couldn't they look back?
What'd you say, Shariah?
Why couldn't they look back?
Because the Most High was destroying the place. He didn't want them to be there anymore. It was a wicked place. Would you want to be in a wicked place where stuff is being done that's bad? It's it's bad. The Most High didn't want them to be there, and she wanted to continue to be there. So the Most High turned her into a pillar of salt because she wasn't listening.
She'd rather die.
Exactly. So can you say that again, Tiana?
She'd rather die than you.
Right. She would rather be in the wickedness than be with her people, than be with her family. So I want you guys to look at those pictures we already did and look and see that's real. It used to happen to us. So we have to listen to what our parents, the Most High, sisters, brothers, whatever anybody's telling us, we have to listen. Because these things can happen to us. Where there's not that at that moment, but something can happen. So,
One more thing. This also shows you that what's in the Bible is true.
right.
There's the proof. It wasn't a fairy tale. How do you say it? It wasn't a fairy tale. Nobody made it up. This proof. So when anybody says, "Oh, the Bible's written," it's not real. It's real. It's right there.
Go ahead, Benai.
Does everybody believe that she actually turned into
Pillar of salt. If they read the Bible and they believe in the Bible, they do. Do you?
But I mean, you're looking at the pillar of
Right.
salt.
Exactly. That's real. I got those images.
They can come up with a different story of their life, but that's just what it is.
Yeah. So, since we're going over this, now we're going to go to James 4:17. Abadiah, can you get that for me, please?
chapter?
James 4:17. Everybody got it?
In the back.
So the New Testament.
Here, after Hebrews.
James what?
Abadiah.
James chapter 4, verse 17. Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good, and doeth it not, to him it is sin.
Okay. So, can anybody tell me if they know what that means? Anybody?
Read it one more time.
Read it one more time, Abadiah.
James chapter 4, verse 17. Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good,
That know it to do good. What does that mean?
That he know that the person he or she knows good.
Right. You repeated it. What does it mean to know to do good? What?
To do what's right.
To do what's right.
Kind.
And doeth it not,
So you know what's right, and you don't. You choose not to do it.
to him it is sin.
So that's a sin.
And we all know what sin is, right?
Fine.
Fine. Okay, so if you do something you know you're not supposed to do, and you do something that is bad, that is sin. Come on now, we know we're supposed to do a certain thing and we don't do it. You're blatantly sinning against the Most High. Do anybody want to sin against the Most High? Do you? No, you don't. You don't want to sin against the Most High. You don't want to turn your back. You think that makes him happy or that makes him sad? That makes him sad. So let's not turn our backs on the Most High. So now we're gonna go to the right side of the chart. Anybody got any questions so far on the topic? Okay. Now we're gonna go to the right side of the T chart. On this side, you're gonna give a time when you listened. When you listened and you were glad that you listened and it felt good. For an example with me, when I came in the truth, I was told to wear a dress. At first I was like, wear a dress. Like, I didn't used to wear them. But now, you know, you guys see me in skirts all the time. I love them. I love dresses. I love skirts. My closet is full of them. And I actually like the way I look. I look like a woman. I look like a lady. My husband's always complimenting me on whatever I'm wearing, and it makes me feel good. I don't want to be wearing pants, just remembering how I used to dress. It just puts me up on like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm glad that I'm wearing this. I'm glad that I look like a woman of the Most High, a child of the Most High, a princess of the Most High. I look like that. I don't look like what people look like in the world. You know, when you see girls wearing tights with a shirt, or, you know, little boys sagging. I can't believe I seen a little boy Benaya's age sagging. I was like, wow. He's like, Benaya, how old are you? He's 8, and he's sagging. So
A little boy with tight
a
pants.
little boy with tight pants, skinny jeans. Can you guys, but Benaya, can y'all wear skinny jeans? No, you can't. So now we're gonna go over.
Let them write down.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead and write down your examples of a time that you listened. I know you guys listen in here. We're not just not listening all the time, right? We listen.
It could be a time when you really didn't want to, but you still did.
Right.
And you were like, I'm so glad I did.
Right. Just like with the dress thing, I kind of didn't want to at first, but I thought, like, now I was like, I'm glad I did. And I'm glad I did. So now we're gonna go over, well, first, who can tell me anybody that they know in the Bible who listened? Who listened in the beginning?
Noah.
Yes. I like that answer. Shreya?
Abraham.
Yes! Good answer, Shreya. That's actually who we're going over. So, can one of the sisters just give me a backstory of what Abraham did?
Well, you know?
You know, Shreya?
I think he had like just sacrificed his son.
Kind.
And what happens?
And he actually was going to, but then he was supposed to sacrifice him to God, but then God wants to do it this way.
Kind. Tiana, I saw your hand.
People made fun of him because he had nothing, but at the end he had everything. So people were wrong.
Okay. But I think I saw your hand. Did you raise your hand? Okay, no.
So
So,
who can give us the story of what happened with Noah more in detail? What happened to Isaac? Right.
Oh, Isaac's his son.
That's his son. Okay. So, after that, we talk a little bit about.
So Isaac was Abraham's son from his barren wife Sarah, who was not able to have children until she was of the age of 90. So he had waited a long time to get this child, and he was very, very happy when he finally got Isaac. Not to mention, Isaac, the Most High had a big plan for Isaac. Of course, Abraham knew that as well. But he was very, very close to his son Isaac. Well, the Most High wanted to test Abraham's unwavering faith. And he ordered Abraham to sacrifice his son, Isaac. And he was not supposed to tell Sarah. He was supposed to just take Isaac up to the mountain, journey to the mountain to sacrifice him. Well, Isaac also was very obedient and listened to his father, Abraham, and they journeyed into the mountain so that he could sacrifice him. Well, when he got to the mountain to sacrifice Isaac, as he was getting ready to do the sacrifice, the Most High sent an angel to provide another sacrifice, a ram, instead of Isaac. And so Isaac was spared because Abraham was very obedient and he listened. And he did exactly what the Most High told him to do with no question, no hesitation, no doubt, nothing. And as a result, both were blessed.
Right, and when the Most High said, Abraham, take your only son, the one you've been waiting forever to sacrifice, he didn't say, come on, I just got him. Like, are you kidding me? He's my only son. Are you for real? I've waited this long. This woman couldn't get pregnant, and now you want me to kill it? Like, he didn't do any of that. He didn't even roll his eyes like, oh my God, you want me to do what? Nothing. He was like, come on. Walk up there.
Right. Shariah, can you imagine you just had a child and the Most High says, Shariah, I need you to sacrifice your daughter. What would you do? Would you listen? Or would you not do it? Would you do what you do now?
But you don't know what it is to have a kid. So
Right.
in more layman terms, for something that you wait forever. So like, let's
Okay.
say
Can
your
I
phone.
give an example? When Tiana wanted a brother or sister forever, for 8 years she waited, and when we first had Arya, her first little brother, she was so excited she would go and she fell asleep so many times with him on her chest because she was protective of him. So it's, now imagine the baby king, you got your little brother, and the Most High said, you gotta go take him and kill him. You waited all those 8 years of your whole life at the beginning for that.
How would you feel, Tiana?
Sad.
You'll feel sad. But would you do it though?
No.
You wouldn't?
A lot of us wouldn't. I mean, you ask yourself. If they ask you to do something like that, would you do it? She was being honest. I couldn't. If they tell me, hey, take Shariah and sacrifice her, I'm like, man, are you kidding me? Is this really the Most High? I would be like, somebody needs to like really show me that this is for real. Because it would be hard. Abraham did it. I can imagine how it would be to just be like, oh, Most High, okay, I'll take my son.
But one thing that we do have to remember is the relationship that Abraham had with the Most High was a very strong, solid, deep relationship. So much so that anything the Most High told him to do, he was doing it. So that's why it's important for us to listen to the people that the Most High puts in our lives, because he puts those people in our lives for a reason. He's not doing it to cause us pain. There's a purpose behind it. And so that relationship that we build with each other, the people that the Most High puts in our lives, it's really, really important. It's important for children to listen to their parents, because if the Most High didn't want you to have parents, you wouldn't have parents. But there's a purpose to you being here and having people, the parents that brought you here, over you, and people around you as well.
Right, and Abraham trusted the Most High. I'm sure he thought, okay, well, I know if I sacrifice Isaac, he will give me something. He will either give me another kid or make him come back to life, because he could do that. He trusts. He was like, no questions asked. You guys don't trust your parents all the time. But when you do, you understand, okay, she's wanting me to did do 200 dishes every day. I'm trusting that this is for a reason, that she's trying to show me how to do this. I know growing up for the girls that don't know how to cook. There's one in my house right now. She's upset because she didn't know how to cook when she was little, and she's a wife and a mom now. And you guys think that we're making you do it because we're lazy. No, you have to learn. That's the only way you're gonna learn, by doing it yourself. Same thing with the boys. You think that we're getting at you because of talking low. When you go to class, when you're an older boy and you're reading like a little girl, you're gonna get gone into hard. So take our advice and listen to what we're saying. You gotta trust what we're saying. Parents, your parents are not, like you say, are not sent to just do evil to you guys, or not to hurt you. Usually your parents is all about taking care of you, teaching you, thinking for the best of you. Even if it seems like they're trying to hurt you because they yell at you or they may beat you, some of y'all need beatings. It's all for love.
It's all out of love. I wish that when I was you guys' ages that I knew how to cook. I didn't learn. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Benaya.
So basically, like, you're showing love by correcting you.
Gosh.
Like when they spank you, when they're correcting you, that's how they're showing love.
Yes, because when they let you do whatever you want, like you guys have seen kids that come through and they do whatever they want. Who's seen that? All of you, right? And you're like, oh my God, Mom, they don't listen. Well, what if we did that to you guys? Oh, Shariah just hit somebody. It's okay. She must be having a bad day. Oh, Naomi just bit somebody's ear off. Not Naomi.
She
Are
does
you
it all the time.
hungry? I mean, what if I did that? You should have told me you're hungry. I would have brought you some turkey, beef jerky or something. No, but we go into you guys. If you talk too loud or you don't talk loud enough, so you guys are very well educated.
Well, even in the Bible it says, if to spare the rod, it means that you also love you. So if you see a kid that isn't getting milk or getting bonded to or getting told that what they're doing is wrong, their parents don't love you.
Go ahead,
I
Benaya.
don't know if it's, I don't know if it's God or but, this woman, she was really act crazy and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they're not eating like he was like taller. She let him act crazy and did nothing about it. And he ran all across the street. Just across the street, and she was standing there with another baby.
Right. So what if your mom let you act like that? Exactly. She doesn't love you. Now what if he would have ran in the street and got hit? What? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Lauren tells me all the time how when she's in the store and there's kids that come in there and their moms just let them run around tearing up stuff, dragging down stuff. Like what if you guys went in the store and was acting like that? Like why would y'all even want to act like that? You know? Exactly. It is embarrassing, and you're not setting an example for who's around you, but also you're showing the Most High that you are not listening, and that's what the title of the class is. So, back to Abraham, with him listening and doing everything that he did, the Most High blessed him. He listened, and he became the father of many nations. That was one of his blessings. Even when he told him to sacrifice Isaac, he stopped him, but he also made him. He multiplied, made him fruitful. So he became the 12 tribes of Israel, our father, and we're still here to this day. So we gotta listen, you guys. We gotta keep the fruit going. We gotta keep it going. The Most High wants to see us doing good works. He wants to see us listening. So every time you do something good, there's another point. Shariah, you wash the dishes, okay, that's 5 points. Claudie, I washed my hair, 10 points. Nene, I put on a dress today, 20 points. You want points. You want to build points with the Most High, not get points and sin and do bad and to get those points taken away from you, because the Most High has his angels looking at you guys like, okay, Tiano did this today, I'm putting it on the left side, putting it on the right side, so you guys got to take that in mind and remember that. So now we're going to go to our next scripture, which is Exodus 20:10. You guys should know what this is because you go over it all the time. We even had a class on about this. So whoever can get Exodus 20:12 for me. Exodus 20:12.
The beginning of the Bible.
The beginning of the Bible. Go ahead, Benaya.
Hold on.
everybody get it?
Oh yeah, Exodus 20:12, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got it?
Everybody got it?
Read loud.
Loud.
Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Okay. So who knows what it means to honor? Khan. Benaiah?
Respect.
Khan. And you both said what my definition of honor means. High respect, obey, to listen. The fifth commandment. Y'all remember when Abadiah did her commandment class? That's one of the most important scriptures, to honor your father and your mother. Also the people who the Most High put in your life, whether it's a brother, sister, anybody. We have to honor those people because they're not doing wickedness against us. What they're telling us, if they're sparing the rod and telling you to do something that you don't want to do, it's out of love. It's not because they want to do wickedness against you. So, does anyone want to share a time when they listened on their T-chart? Does anybody want to share? Shariah?
I brushed my teeth.
Okay,
Good
I'm
job.
glad because you have nice teeth. Benaiah?
I did my laundry.
You did laundry? Bro, I didn't know how to do laundry until I was like 18. I'm glad you know how to do laundry right now. Shariah?
I did my homework.
Good. I always had a hard time doing my homework. I don't know, I just wasn't ever focused when I was doing it for some reason. Aria, you want to share? You go to sleep? That's good. I wish I could go to sleep right now, early at like 7 o'clock. So you want to get that sleep so you can be energized for the next day, right? Tiana?
Watching my brothers.
Watching your brothers? Because you love your brothers, right? You love them. What would you do if you didn't have your brothers? You'll be sad. You waited 8 years for your brothers. So, you know, you love them. Benaiah? Breakfast for your mom? Oh my gosh, Benaiah. I just started learning how to cook like 3 years ago. So I didn't have nobody to teach me, and I didn't want to learn. I was just waiting for the food to get ready. I was in the kitchen just sitting there waiting. I never learned how to cook. I just learned. I had to because I have a husband. I have to cook for him. I have to do laundry. I just started doing laundry when I was 18. So can you imagine that? Learning something so late and not even want to take the initiative to learn or to listen. And when my mom told me, hey, Xandra, go and do this, go and do that, I always either did the shortcut or I was like, no, I'll do it later. And it came to bite me in the butt because now I'm 24 years old and I'm learning how to cook. I barely know how to cook. I got to look on pictures. I got some sisters, hey, what do you think I should do with this? What do you think I should do with this? And I still mess it up. But I'm trying. I'm going to keep trying until I get it right. So don't ever give up. But we got to listen. Nana, you want to share a time when you listen?
And I wear my glasses.
You wear your glasses, right? Because you got to see. How can you? I need my glasses right now. I'm not even wearing them. But we need our glasses. We got to see. Kwadi, you want to share a time when you listen?
My clothes.
You said what?
When I did my clothes.
You did your clothes, like when you folded them? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, yeah. So I still kind of don't know how to fold. I don't think I fold right. It's crazy because my husband's little sister, she came to my house and she folded my clothes for me. Y'all, she did. I don't know if like she took a class on how to fold clothes or something, but she like killed it. I never seen nobody fold clothes like that. My clothes still be messed up. So that's good, Kwadi, that you're learning so young how to fold clothes because I'm 24 and I still don't know how to fold clothes. So that's good. Shariah, you want to go again? Okay. Anybody else want to share a time when they listen?
Maura?
Oh yeah, Mama, you been back there cruising, huh? I should put you in the front. What you say,
I
Maura?
think it was Dad. When I told Schwarzenegger the truth, I think it was Schwarzenegger.
Good job.
Telling the truth is a big job, honestly.
Yes.
Because you know that you can get in trouble, you might get a beating, you might get a punishment, or they might say, okay, well, you tell me the truth, good job. So that is a big thing. Because, and he's saying that because I always tell them to tell the truth, no matter how bad it is. So that's listening, that's obeying. Like even if you're gonna get in trouble, still tell the truth. So that's one of his examples, that one, because he has a hard time with that one. But he's doing good now.
Great job, Manuela. Okay, anybody else have anything they want to share? Whether it's on the good side or the bad side?
Let's share some of the when I didn't listen part.
Everybody. Go first, Benaiah.
I didn't clean my room when I was 12.
clean your room when
What
you
happened?
was
What happened when you didn't clean it? So what?
I had trouble.
You got in trouble? But you were in a messy room. In a dirty room, right?
Not really. It was just too much to do.
That's messy.
That's
messy.
messy. Somebody can get hurt, right?
Yeah, it's definitely hurt.
That's why we stay to clean, not because we want to be mean, but because toys all over and on the stairs is not safe.
Who else wants to share?
I saw Shariah in there.
Okay, I didn't eat breakfast.
So what happened?
I felt like fainting in school.
And I always say, eat breakfast from my room, eat breakfast. And she doesn't. But when she doesn't, she always feel like fainting. So she didn't listen. And if she did, she wouldn't feel like that, right?
Right.
Anybody else?
Tiana, I've seen your hand.
When I don't go to sleep on time.
What happens when you don't go to sleep on time?
I'm zombie.
In the morning you're a zombie. Good word. I think a lot of those are like that. Naomi. Hey, Naomi.
Opened my window yesterday.
So what happened when you don't open your window? What were you supposed to open it for?
Because I don't know.
Because it was hot in the house.
Were you hot? Because when you don't open your window? So why you put that down if you didn't think it was a bad thing? You just didn't listen, right?
No, because I heard her say something about the window. I thought she said that it was like cracked and probably pleasant.
So that's another thing with the whole listening thing. One thing is to listen, like I was telling her, to listen as in do what they say, and another one's to pay attention. We don't do that. A lot of you guys, I know a couple over there that you kind of hear what your mom said and you don't bother to be like, Mom, hold on, what did you just say? Instead of like, on, and you just keep going. It could have been like, go to my room and grab $20 and buy yourself some candy, but you didn't hear it, and all you heard was go to my room and like, oh, alright, I gotta go to her room. You don't listen. You guys don't listen. You think she said something about money, something about a room. I don't know. You guys have to listen, and then you have to listen. Like listen by hearing it correctly, and if you don't hear it, ask, Mom, I have no idea what you said. And then doing what your mom says, and dad, and sisters. We're still sharing, right?
Still sharing. Yeah. I think I seen Benaiah hand first. Or did you already go?
How about Kwadi? Something you didn't do.
Didn't go to bed on time.
And what happened?
I was falling asleep in school.
Were you?
Oh. Yeah, I did that too. Brush my hair. I was like,
You didn't brush your hair? What happened?
I had hair falling out.
Oh, okay, so what she's talking about is when in the weekend she doesn't do her hair. And then she'll brush it like on Sunday to go to, to get ready for school Monday. And it's like chunks just. But I always say, Shariah, brush your hair every day, brush. It happens to me too. I'm sure it happens to you. When you have long hair and you don't brush it, you lose chunks.
Even
Chunks
my
come
hair.
off.
Even my hair, I use hair.
That happened to me once. I didn't brush my hair. I combed my hair for 3 days and
Don't your mom tell you to brush it though?
I picked it. But it was like on a vacation now.
But does your mom tell you to brush your hair? She doesn't tell you?
No.
Well, maybe she has to start now because you don't do it on your own. What's up?
I keep biting my nails.
Oh, she got a lot of not listening ones. She's a little older. She's like, I should have listened. What happened when you biting your nails?
So I bit them too far in, and now every time I touch something, it hurts.
It's just skin. It's not nails no more because she bites them.
Mmm.
And what do I say?
Don't bite your nails.
Don't bite your nails. Bite your nails. I got like a broken recorder. Don't bite your nails. Quaddy, come on guys. I need you to share.
Deodorant? I didn't wear deodorant.
Ooh, and what happened when you didn't wear deodorant? It's plain and simple, huh?
When I didn't touch washing the truth, I got whooped.
Yes, that happens.
I didn't do the dishes.
What happened with that?
I was yelled at twice.
Twice.
And what else? The kitchen was a mess. You guys have, besides the fact that you get punished, you gotta think about what happened to you. What happened to what, like Shariah's example. Her fingernails are gone, her hair falling out. She almost passed out, like just living a hard life over here. Hey, did you have your hand up?
Tiana has some more. I have some more.
What you got, Dosha?
Oh, well, it's more of like an adult example just to show them what happens as you get older. You can actually put yourself in possibly a life-threatening situation. my example would be the time that I was told to go pick up the kids. I was speeding to go get the kids, but I wasn't told to go get the kids. And me speeding also made it so that the Most High made it so that I got pulled over by a car. So it can get to, just so that y'all see how not listening will get you. So I got pulled over and I had to wait for somebody to come and get my car.
I have an example too. I think I told my kids this one. I think because I was in a rush to go somewhere and he kind of upset me about something he said. And then he left. And then I'm in my room and I was like, I can't believe him. He's such a jerk. And I bent down and a box hit me right through my eye, my nose, like one of the flaps of the box. And I thought, I was like, I'm bleeding, my eyes out, my nose gone. And I was like, all right, Messiah, I'm gonna shut up. I'm not talking. I'm not murmuring. And I felt it. It's like you talk, because I was murmuring. I was upset at him, but instead of saying it to him, I said it when he was gone. And I bent down and said, I was like this. I felt like blood was gushing down, and nothing was going on. I had a little mark right here, but once I checked me on the spot, it could have been worse. My eye could have fallen off.
And
That's a good example. I think most of us have probably, as adults, have experienced that. But the thing I wanted to say was, for children, when you're learning and you're being taught to listen, when you actually listen and you're obedient, and you practice listening and being obedient, when you get older, you carry that into your adulthood. So if you practice listening and you practice being obedient and listening to the instructions that you're given by the people that the Most High has put around you, when you get older, you'll continue to do that. And as you get older, your situations are going to become a lot more critical, a lot harder as an adult than they are as a child. But if you practice listening and obeying, then when you are faced with those situations, you're making the right decisions, and then the consequences aren't as severe, if not at all.
Right, because when you get older, you're not going to have a mom to tell you, brush your teeth, brush your hair, go to sleep. It's going to be just you. Like I always tell some of you guys, when you get older, you're going to decide if you're going to stay in this knowledge or you're going to go and drift up and do something else. I'm going to go wild, do everything opposite. Do Christmas, eat pork, be a hoochie, be a
Sagging pant.
sagging, I almost said an F word. You know, that's going to be on you. And like I was saying, when you train yourself to do that now, when you get older, a lot of us, like I said for me, I was very, in a house, very strict. I always listened to my parents. I never like sneaked away, or it was always like what my dad said, it was law, it was life. When I left, you think that when I left home, I was going to just wall out? Nope. I was always that. I never brought anybody to my house. I didn't talk to strangers. I followed all my rules. If somebody say hi, I'm like, I don't know you. Stranger danger. And I was older. I didn't do any of that. I didn't go drinking and driving. I didn't do any of it because I learned to listen when I was little. It's a very good point. But now we're going to move on.
okay. I'm gonna have her hand.
It was with what she said, but she said.
Oh, okay. Okay, so last scripture that we're gonna go over is Ephesians 6, 1-3. Every kid should know this scripture. So you guys used to memorize it all the time.
Ephesians.
It's EPHESIANS.
Ephesians what?
Ephesians 6 and 1. And we're all going to read this together. Go ahead, Benaiah.
Hold on.
Oh, wait till everybody get it. Everybody's going to read it together. Ephesians 6:1. So everybody have it? So Mount Warlock, all the boys, make sure you guys stand up when you read, because everybody's gonna read this scripture together.
Everybody ready?
Everybody ready?
Mama, you got the Bible? Put your finger where it starts.
Alright, everybody on 3. 1, 2, 3. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on the earth.
Who remembers the scripture? Just you? Can I remember? We used to sing this scripture every day. So, right, read it again.
Oh, okay. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise.
You mean hand gestures for
Okay. So children, obey your parents, which means to listen. And with that, we're gonna conclude class. We're gonna say shalom, everybody.